plates that I just bought from the store. So putting it on a clay right onto here, you're going to have it stick. So first thing you need to think about is having a resist of sorts. So I have a super fancy resist, and it's called Pam Spray. Yeah, find things that are in the house, right? I'm not trying to saturate the piece with this, but I am trying to get an even coat on that. So I spray a little bit on, and then I'm actually just going to buff it so that the whole thing is covered. And you probably can't quite see the subtlety of that, but I can see like little lines from the cloth, but it's not, there's no pooling or anything like that on the plate right now. And so the first couple times that you're going to use a plate like this, there's a good chance that the clay might actually stick, and that's okay. That's pretty much normal. You kind of have to, it's like seasoning a pan. I feel like these all need to be seasoned. So your first one may stick a little bit, your second one will probably pop off, but you might find that there's a little bit of that oil residue left on the bottom of your plate. Super easy to deal with. Just grab a metal rib and scrape it back. The only thing I don't suggest doing is because that oil acts as a resist. So it's like a shellac or something. So if you just go at it with the sponge to try and clean it up, that oil will stay there, and then you'll just wipe away clay around it. So just grab your metal rib first and clean that off. And then over time, they start to look like this, which is dirty and kind of gross. Would never eat off that, but it makes a perfect mold. So a plate like this, I've been using for years, and I've probably re-seasoned it with the oil maybe twice. And I do sort of do the, you know, like the stretching and slapping down of the clay too, just to sort of get it out to the size and shape that I want. But I definitely do the last bit with the rolling pin, because that helps sort of compress it a bit. And then this is that other bit of compressing that clay. And that'll help you avoid small cracks, especially over areas like those little dips in the plate. Sometimes you can stretch the clay a bit too much there. So if you compress it before you put it in, that's less likely to happen. So a plate doesn't have that big of a dip, so I'm just going to slowly ease this in a little bit and figure out where that groove is, and then maybe tap it a bit. You can often get a little bit of a bubble here, but if you just lift up one of the sides, that'll sort of help that. And before I cut off the excess, I actually do my smoothing. So if you were really concerned about the sharp edge of this plate, I would suggest sort of cutting in, I don't know if you can see this, and cutting into your edge, right? And using that as a guide to get your really nice crisp edge on that. That's actually like really far from my concerns. I actually don't want that crisp edge at all. But I will sort of get a little bit closer so that I have a bit of a sense before I make my cuts. But I like having this sort of undulated, wonky is a bad word, but just this non-uniform edge. So you could easily get a template as well, so that you're cutting against a template at this point. And you could have different little cutout bits and stuff. You can have whatever shape you wanted against that. But I kind of like to just eyeball it. And then I've got sort of within this bit here, which I tend to try and accentuate that as well, just by pushing that clay back down into there. Then I sort of have edges that are thinner and thicker, and that becomes something that I can play with when I'm actually putting my finger marks into things as well. So I like having, like when I said I smooth it down before, I like it so that this is all really nice and crisp. If I could go back in and sort of clean up that edge now, but I like having it really clean right now, so that when I'm doing this, it's this really nice crisp little edge that's there. I think this one we'll just do It goes all around. So you can see sometimes I'm actually pulling the clay as I'm pushing it down, and then in other spots I'm not necessarily. And again, this is just about having, I'm trying to create a lot of variety with these edges as I'm going around. So here's two other examples. That were done a bit earlier.